Hello? Oh, okay, okay. There we go, there we go. Alright. Hello, hello. What is up, everyone? Welcome to part 6 of our Higurashi visual novel live stream. How's everyone doing today? Today's been pretty weird for me, man. Normally, I don't start this late, but, yeah, today was really weird for me, so it took a little while to get everything kick-started. But now we're finally here. We're about to react to some, or not react, hold on. We're about to play through the visual novel, Chapter 2. Right now, I think, it feels so weird calling it Chapter 2, because we know that Watanagashi is like the second chapter of Higurashi, but within that chapter there's smaller chapters, and we're on like chapter 6 of chapter 2. It just doesn't make sense. But we're about to dive into this, man. Let me see. Okay. I normally call it Arc 2. That makes sense, that makes sense. So like we're on, let's see, Arc 2 of the visual novel, Chapter 6. At least I believe. What are we on again? Let me see. We are on, yep, Chapter 6 of the second arc of visual of Higurashi. Holy crap, my brain. Alright, we got a ton of memes lined up. Good, good. Let's see, we are getting near the half end. Okay. Let's see, let's see. Yo, what is up? Rezar? Is that it? Rezar, welcome to the live stream. Ephraim, welcome to the stream. Neko, Migi, thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate you all coming here. I saw Dapper Shinx was here earlier. I don't know if they're still here, but if you are, welcome to the stream. Let's see. Any final things I want to set up? Did I forget anything? Okay. Terror chapter. Ugh, things are gonna get spicy. I heard last stream that this current chapter that we're going into is gonna be pretty fun. We have a lot to look forward to. Yo, Saki, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, hello, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you could make it. And we are just about to jump into this. But real quick, just for fun, before we dive into this, let me see if I can find it. Okay, shout out to Tasty Shark for posting this. But here I have an image of all of the fall 2021 anime that are coming. So I want to know what anime you guys are looking forward to. Okay, copy link. Alright. So now let's head over there. Alright, so these are the anime we have lined up for us for fall 2021. Are there any anime here that you guys are looking forward to? That you guys are personally interested in? Is there any way I could, I guess if I do this. Yeah, then I can kind of fit them all. Cool. So let's see. Chapter 1 I call the Paranoia chapter. Chapter 2 I call the Horror chapter. Really? And Chapter 3 is the Depression chapter. Dang. So Mion Shion, their chapter you consider to be the Horror chapter? It's even worse than Chapter 1? But yeah, Chapter 1 definitely fits. The Paranoia chapter, Keiichi was way too far into his own brain. Yo, Yoke, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you can make it. Let's see. So we have Mushoku, Kimetsu, Komi, Miyaruko-chan. Okay, okay. I actually plan on checking those out as well. Let me see. So I think what my schedule is going to look like is Sunday. So this Sunday, we're going to be checking out the second season of Mushoku Tensei. And then I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure about Tact Op. I'm not 100% sure. I think I definitely want to check it out, but I think I'm going to do a review series on this. I think I'm going to do a review series on Tact Op. And then I'm going to, of course, react to Komi-san. This is one of the manga that I've been waiting so long for it to get an anime, and now it's finally here. So I'm going to react to Komi-san. And then, let me see. Oh wait, this is all Wednesday. Right here, Platinum End. I want to react to Platinum End because I read the synopsis and it sounds awesome. It sounds right up my alley. So I'm going to react to that. And then, let's see. Then we have the Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train like television series. I'm only going to react to the first episode of this because I've already reacted to Mugen Train. So I'm just going to watch through the first chapter or the first episode because that's going to have some completely new content that wasn't in the movie or the anime yet. And then, of course, when season 2 drops, best believe I'm going to be checking that out. And then also, let's see. Also Mieruko-chan. I want to do a review series on that. So, react to Mushoku, Komi-san, Platinum End, and then the first episode of Mugen Train, and then season 2. And then I'm going to do a review series on Tact Op and Mieruko-chan. Let's see what else you guys are into. It is way worse, really. It's a horror chapter because Keiichi be unintentionally roasting all the girls. That's true. Being Keiichi in those situations definitely seems like some sort of horror movie. Like, oh man, I don't understand. I think Keiichi's just been cursed with the like dense protagonist debuff. Cause man, is he terrible at understanding women. Mion deserved better. True. Actually true. Alright. I'm only staying for a little while today. It's all good, it's all good. Today's been a super weird day for me, man. I'm gonna try my best to get through at least one chapter. But yeah, today is definitely weird. So let's start up this there we go. Let's start up the visual novel. Okay. Higurashi. Oh yeah, I heard about that. What the heck? So Higurashi and PUBG are getting a collab. What? How? Why? I don't understand. That's like Call of Duty and My Little Pony getting a collab. Like, I don't understand. Where's the crossover? I don't understand. It just doesn't make sense to me, man. Wait, that's for real? I guess. I've been seeing it everywhere. Apparently, it's for real. There's even, like, a video trailer of it. So, I have no clue. How would they even do it, though? That's what I don't understand. How would they even collaborate? Are there going to be, like, costumes of the characters? Are you going to be able to use, like, the bat and Rena's hatchet as weapons? I don't get it. The crossover is Satoko learning to use other guns. Oh my god. Why not, though, is the question. I mean, I can't argue with that, but why? It's like, why not? But why? Like, both of them are valid questions. PUBG peeps saw Rika get smashed in the face by a frying pan and were like, ayo, we do that in the game? That's true. Maybe they'll get, like, Super Saiyan powers and be able to fly around. Maybe that's it. I love Persona 3 OST in the background. Hey, I'm glad you noticed. I'm glad you noticed. I want to play through the Persona games on stream one day. One day. I still haven't played Persona 5 Royal. I've only played the, like, standard Persona 5. I bought Persona 5 Royal but never touched it. And then Never played 4, 3, none of those. Mion with the strap, the crossover, dude. I want to see more. I saw the trailer, but I haven't seen any like in-game content. So, but who plays PUBG? That's the best question said so far. Who still plays PUBG in 2021? I can't get through a Persona game because the dialogue and characters are so mechanical. I love Persona, man. I love Persona. I had so much fun playing through Persona 4. Man, that is like one of my favorite games. It was so much fun. One thing that did get tedious though is what are they called? The domains? Not domains. What were they called? Dungeons? I don't remember. Basically when you'd go inside of people's like minds and you'd have to go through those worlds, sometimes the like puzzles that you'd have to solve were really tedious, and the enemies you'd have to fight were very stally. Like they didn't really have weaknesses. But outside of that, I really enjoyed getting to know the characters, seeing them interact with each other. The boss fights, I really had a lot of fun with the boss fights. The World Ends With You, gang, rise up. I've always wanted to play The World Ends With You. The only thing I know about that game is when, like, Kingdom Hearts, which one was it? Dream Drop Distance? I think they had a little collaborative arc where you go into one of the worlds in Kingdom Hearts and you meet a bunch of The World Ends With You characters like Joshua, Neku, I think her name was Shiki or Shigi? I don't remember. And then there's like Rhyme and Beat. So I know some of their names, but I've never actually played through the game. I love the art style though. I love the art style. Alright, so, anyways, please play it, Crow. There's a mobile version and it's great. Are you talking about The World Ends With You? I'm down. I'm down to check it out. The World Ends With You, I gotta play through that. I gotta play through Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. I gotta play through Danganronpa. I've only played very little of the third game, so I still gotta play through those. The game gets so dark for no reason, really. Interesting, interesting. The only thing I know about the story, and maybe this was just for Kingdom Hearts and not in the actual game, but I know there was like some time-based thing. Like I think everyone had their own like watches or like something to do with time. I don't remember exactly. Also, your turn to die? Oh man. Oh man, I got a lot. I got a lot on my plate. Alright. Let's see. The audio good? Oh wait, you guys can't even hear it. Maybe this is better? Let's see, how loud is the click? Okay, yeah, that should be okay. Alright, take care, Yoke. I have some self-reflecting to do. Oh yeah, I remember. Yep. I'm going through a simp crisis. After the grave injustice of shrinking our giant mommy Awa, I'm slowly going from Daddy Oishi's simp to Big Mommy Awa's stepstool. And honestly, I have no problem with this. I have no problem with this. I am glad that you have moved on from Oishi, and now you're focusing on Awa. Because at least, you know, I can agree that Awa is like waifu material. Not my waifu, but I can see it. So, good luck with your self-reflection, and I hope you reach the end of your path of enlightenment soon. Please never change, Yoke. Also, I didn't watch the last episode of Higurashi Sotsu. Oh man! Oh, okay. I'll make sure to refrain from spoilers, but you gotta check it out. It's really cool. It was good, but kinda rushed. Yoke is changing his ways. They grow up so fast. Yoke's dedication was never that deep. Oh man, we're getting into it. Alright, let me just start this chapter. We might have some tips. Wait, no. I think we did all the tips, right? Because it was just the Detective Delicious. Yep. Him interrogating the delinquents. That was the last tip. So now we can get straight into the action. Oishi is also waifu material though. Maybe for you, maybe for you. I don't know if I could join that club. Let's see. I knew we wouldn't be doing any club activities after school today before Mion even said anything. I'd been invited over by Shion. Also, how's the music? Is it too loud? Too quiet? I'm not sure. I believe this is okay, but I guess we'll find out once they start speaking, because I think the voices is where it gets a bit more loud. I'd been invited over by Shion. Oh yeah, we didn't even recap last stream. So I guess Keiichi got... Wait. I don't even remember. I remember Mion or Shion, someone, offered some like ticket to be a taste tester at some dessert competition. But I don't remember what Shion said. Keiichi was invited by her? It's slightly too loud. Okay. Is that better? Okay. Let's see. For an all-you-can-eat dessert. Oh, so wait. Oh my god, my brain. We're 3 lines in. Okay. I'm just gonna use Shmion from here on. So I'd been invited over by Shmion, because we don't know which one for sure, for an all-you-can-eat dessert. I made a point of leaving half my lunch uneaten. My expectations would only be rivaled by my hunger. Okay, I think I might need to turn it down a bit more. Maybe like here? Oh god. Okay. Last stream recap. Fukin delinquents. Keiichi gets sweet tasting tickets. Ceiling looks dumb. Okay, yep, it's all coming back to me now. We got an epic confrontation between Delicious and the best characters. True. Keiichi got a ticket to all you can eat desserts of Angel Mort, I think. Okay. Oh yeah, the ceiling fetish. Yep. Good thing the ringleader isn't here for that, but man. Oh yeah, also shout out to you, Arxie. I saw that cricket in chat. I appreciate it. Alright. Yep, the cake tangent, you're right. And then there was Yoke getting into like the meat of the cake and all this stuff. We don't need to bring that back. We can just leave that in the past and continue forward. So, Keiichi-kun, you seem kind of happy today. Whoa, this is loud even for me. Let me turn it down a bit. I think this is good. I guess it was obvious. Rena had questioned me with a happy look. That's right. Why don't I invite Rena for dessert as well? Do you have enough tickets for her? No, if I recall correctly, Shion said something about having a ticket. At worst, the restaurant might be admission by ticket only today. If that was the case, then having Rena be turned away at the door would result in the worst feeling ever. Okay.
ちょっとしたラッキーでさ、明日報告してやるよ。レナン、きっと羨ましがるぜ。
Ooh, I wonder. She said you'd definitely be jealous. Maybe in more ways than one. One, because she couldn't be a taste tester, but two, because he got invited by Shmion to do something. Cake meat? Oh god. I guess in a way it kind of is. Can cakes be cute? Can cakes be cute? I guess they can. But isn't, like, what would you consider a cute cake? Would it be like a small cake? Or like a cake with a bunch of like cutesy decorations? Because I feel like a small cute cake is just a cupcake. So can a cake be cute? That's the question. That's tangent number 1 of the day. Can a cake be cute? I wonder what Rena would think of the uniforms at Angel Mort. They'd definitely be a critical hit.
多分かなり可愛いかも。
Jelly jelly.
何かな何かな
Oh, here she is.
どんな幸運に恵まれたのやら。あれひょっとして2月くらい前にエンジェルモードで三角くじとか引いた？
So she already knows what it is. Interesting, interesting. It just has to taste good. They definitely can. A cake with chocolate bears as a decoration. Yeah, they can look very good. I made dinosaur cakes for a cousin. They were basically chubby triceratops. Almost a mix of a macaroon and a cupcake. That's probably a cute cake. Decorated with a bow, frosting of different colors, making a pattern. Okay, okay. That's fair, that's fair. Those are all fair arguments. A cake with chocolate bears. Man.
それに当たった？
おいおい、俺は2月前にはまだ転校してきてないぞ。
Oh, true. He wasn't even here.
ああ、そっか。じゃあエンジェルのデザートフェスタでもないし。みーちゃん、エンジェルのデザートフェスタって何かな？ほら、沖宮の駅前の正面にエンジェルモートっていうファミレスがあるじゃない？
Oh my god. Now I want cake. Just the frosting though and a bit of meat. Why? I shouldn't have said anything. Why did I bring this back? Just frosting and a bit of meat. You know, out of context, that sounds terrible. You know there's that family restaurant called Angel Mort right by Okinomiya Station.
あそこではね、季節の変わり目に新デザートのお披露目イベントをやるんだよ。それが今日でね。あ、言っても無駄だよ。くじ当選者以外は入店できない貸し切りデーだから。
Mion explained once again what Shion explained to me last night.
レナも今度からお店に通ってみよう。頑張ってくじを当てて次のデザート食べ放題を狙うの。
Alright, good luck, Rena.
頑張れ。
The good thing is, I don't think there's too
ちなみ
many
に聞い
people.
た話だと、当選くじはマニア垂涎のプラチナチケットで闇では高値で取引され
Oh
てるな
wow,
んて
there's a
噂が。
black market in Hinamizawa. Okay. Oh wait, no, they said it's in Okinomiya. Never mind. Alright. Hearing that story, I felt even more appreciative of the ticket that Shion had procured for me. I just thought I was lucky to be able to eat dessert for free, but it turned out that that ticket was much more valuable. The number of things I had to thank Shion for had increased again.
ありがとな。そんなに価値があるものなんて俺全然知らなくて。
I whispered in a voice only Mion could hear. That was how I conveyed my feelings. Mion looked at me for a moment before she tilted her head to the side and smiled confusedly.
何？なんか言った？
It would be a problem if you said something to me right now. That smile seemed to be telling me as much. Dude, my brain, I don't know what's going on. Like, a part of me wants to just say forget it and just keep playing through and don't worry about it. But every time he says, like, Shion gave me this, and then he's thanking Mion for giving it to him, because he knows they're both the same person, but I know they're not. So I'm trying to wonder, like, did Mion give it to him and she's just pretending like she didn't, or did she genuinely not give it to him and she doesn't know what he's talking about? I don't know, because it's kind of weird that the first thing she'd guess as to why he's excited today is the Angel Mort festival thing. Black market in Higurashi verse sells guns and cake tickets. True. To children, no less. Yeah, Keiichi's dad brings Keiichi for some good family bonding time. I remember that. Kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. That's not the kind of place I'd imagine myself going to with my dad, of all people. Maybe with, you know, some friends. But not my dad. That's just weird. Especially, like, wasn't he, like, talking about the girls there, too? I don't remember. All I know is, like, doesn't he have a wife? I guess Mion wouldn't be accepting any gratitude while she was Mion. I'll go to the restaurant. Today I'll thank Mion while she's Shion.
じゃ、おじさんはこの辺で失礼するわ。
Alright.
今日のバイトはちょっとハードなんだよな。じゃあね。
The work today is gonna be a little rough. I wonder why. Is it because she's gonna be prepping these desserts? Keiichi's dad is a bit special. Yep, you're not wrong there. Family bonding on Angel Mort sounds so wrong. I swear that's all dads in anime. That's true. A lot of protagonists have like kind of weird, creepy-ish dads. I think, okay, tangent number 2 of the day. What's like a dad in anime that surprised you, or that you think is surprisingly cool? I think number 1, or not number 1, but the first one that came to my mind was Subaru's dad from Re:Zero. I think Subaru's dad is such a Chad. He's such a cool dude. I was not expecting him. And he's freaking ripped, like... His dad is like... I don't know, he's kind of like the ideal guy that women would be interested in. Alright. So, Mion's about to head off to work on something, we have no idea what. Mion waved her hand energetically as she left. Minato, that's a good one. That's a good one.
なんだかみーちゃん、最近変なの。
She has been a little weird now that you mention it.
嬉しそうっていうか。
そうなのか?
Let's see, did Subaru had a dad? Oh wow. Yeah, Subaru, you meet his dad in season 2. Like near the beginning. I know this is out of the blue, but is there at least a trace of an Umineko remake? That's probably a question for someone in the chat. I have no clue. But that's what I've been hearing. I've heard that people are hoping that there's a Umineko remake or a Umineko movie coming in the future. Apparently, okay, this is what's really weird. Apparently, someone showed me a post of someone predicting the exact ending of Higurashi Sotsu, like literally down to the date. Like there's a date that comes up in the last episode, and that date was in the prediction, and at the end of their prediction they said, don't worry, there's going to be more Higurashi content after Sotsu. So who knows, or there's going to be more content after Sotsu. So I don't know if they mean a new season, a movie, Umineko remake. I have no clue. There's only hope, no official announcements. That's true. Rena really has a good eye for noticing her friends acting weird sometimes, and that's like the perfect contrast to Keiichi, who can literally be right in front of someone and completely misunderstand what they're trying to say. That's why I think she is, honestly, if I had to ship Keiichi with anyone, it'd be Rena. It would be Rena. Oh wait, I didn't even read that. Rena was pretty sharp when it came to these types of things. To me, Mion seemed the same as always, but Rena apparently felt something different. Okay?
ケイチ君は知らないのかな。てっきり知ってるのかなって思って。
Rena's skirt fluttered as she spun around with a coy smile.
知ってるって 俺が何を
I was obviously weaseling my way out of the question, but I wasn't lying. Honestly, I didn't really know what was going on. Why did Shion, a persona of Mion that she'd created, appear before me? Something was blatantly up, but Anna paid it no heed.
そっか。じゃあ何なんだろうね。でもみーちゃんが機嫌いいとレナも嬉しいよ。
That's good.
はう。
Oh no. Saying that, she spread her arms wide and spun around happily. I didn't know why, but Anna was in a really good mood. It was so infectious that I had to smile too. Even the chirping of the cicadas seemed joyful.
でもね。
But you see, Anna abruptly stopped spinning. The music cut as well. Her expression had returned to a more somber one.
みーちゃんね。
You see, Mi-chan.
つい最近ね。すごく傷つけられたの。
She's been in a lot of pain lately. And why is that?
傷つけてえ
Or like, what makes you think that? The pain that Anna was talking about probably wasn't physical.
はじめはあまり気にしてないふりをしてたけど。
Oh, we're getting into it. We're getting into it. Let's see. Rika was posting in the internet. In terms of interesting anime dads, the first to come to mind are Bondrude from Made in Abyss, Kitsurugu from Fate Zero. Oh, Kiritsugu. Wait, Kiritsugu. Oh yeah, I remember him. I didn't finish Fate Zero. I only watched the first season. But Kiritsugu, he's the guy with the gun, right? He's the guy with the gun with like the special bullets. That's him, right? It's been so long since I've watched it. Endeavor from My Hero, that's a good one. Not good dads, but interesting ones that go against cliches. That's true. I think Endeavor's awesome. Irana, best girl confirmed. Irana x Keiichi. How I love this sprite. Isn't there a manga of Keiichi's child? Here we go. Okay. So before we get into this, I'm going to get some water real quick. So I'm going to turn up the jams for you guys real quick while I go grab some. Wait, I got to turn this down. Where's the volume at? Okay, right about there. Alright, back to the jams. I'll be back in like a minute or two. Alright.
怪我と同じ。だんだん腫れてきた。じんじん腫れてきた。とうとう痛みがこらえられなくなって夜中に目を覚ました。そしてレナに電話してきたの。みーちゃんは泣いてた。
ごめん。
Okay, hello? Can you guys hear me? Alright, let's read through all of that over again. So, let's see. Where did we start? I think we started right here. Okay, right here. You know what? I'll even play the... Wait, no. Yeah, I'll even play the voice for you guys.
はじめはあまり気にしてないふりをしてたけど、怪我と同じ。だんだん腫れてきた。じんじん腫れてきた。とうとう痛みがこらえられなくなって、夜中に目を覚ました。
Alright, so after I read this, I said, okay, so right now I'm guessing that she's talking about the doll situation. Like, at first, she pretended like her giving the doll to Rena wasn't a big deal, but then it kind of started to eat at her for maybe the next couple of days. Then we get this right here.
そして、レナに電話してきたの。みーちゃんは泣いてた。
So she said that Mion, she woke up in the middle of the night crying, and then she called Rena. So that's how she knows all of this. At first, I was wondering if, I was wondering how she knew that this was happening to Mion. And I said, like, was she peeking through the doorway like she was with Keiichi? But I guess Mion got up and actually called her and told her. Festering. What an interesting and gross words. Add that to the list of absolutely disgusting words. Right next to ointment. Ointment. No one can ever convince me that ointment just doesn't sound like a disgusting word. I gotta go to the store and get my back ointment. Like, how can that ever sound good? It just sounds disgusting. Splooge? That's another one. I don't know why people use that word. Splooge. God, man, there's so many of those. Alright. Wait, did Keiichi say anything? Nope. Okay, so he says, I'm sorry.
それ、何の話だよ。
何の話？レナは今何か話をしてたのかな？
She is literally presenting you with everything you need to know. But that dense protagonist debuff, it's really something.
そんなとぼけ方するなよ。今、レナは。
知らない。
Oh man, so she's not gonna spell it out for him. She's like, it's kind of like that saying, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink. She's trying her best to point him in the right direction, but he's gonna have to figure out the rest himself. Oh, now you don't know anything. Rena spun as she laughed innocently. Eventually, she appeared to get sick, stumbling as she steadied herself with her hand against the wall. She's in cute mode.
バカだな。調子に乗ってぐるぐる回ってるからだよ。
ごめん。気持ち
I
悪
think I
いかも。
feel sick. Come on, Rena. You did this to yourself. I'll lend the ditz a shoulder to lean on. I thought she was just gonna throw up on the spot, like all over Keiichi's shoes or something. To be stumbling around like a newborn fowl at this age is actually quite a feat. Rena, in a good mood, only babbled incoherently after that. I laughed as I responded to and chided her. However, the chance to revisit the heavy topic Rena had brought up before never arrived. And there we go. End of scene 1 of chapter 6 of act 2. Oh man. Okay, you really hit one that really like gets under my skin. So we have squelch, which I can agree sounds gross. Phlegm. Now, I think the reason why phlegm just sounds so gross to me is because I know what phlegm actually is. Like, if you know what phlegm is, then of course phlegm is gonna sound disgusting. Because phlegm is disgusting. But curd, I think I could give a pass to curd, because I grew up in Wisconsin. I've moved since then, but I grew up in Wisconsin. We're like the land of cheese, and one of our most infamous dishes are cheese curds. So I've had a lot of them, grown up around it my whole life. So that one doesn't really get me too much. Mucus is definitely a gross word. A lot of awful sounding words. Pictured crazy girl talks to brick wall. Exactly. At this point, I'll just spill it out. Yeah, I think all of us would. I can't be as patient as Rena is. Just like, I'd have to spell it out for Keiichi. Because if I don't, I feel like things are only going to get worse. And that's probably what happens going on from here. Is Keiichi doesn't figure it out until it's too late. Keiichi's head is so dense, it's amazing he can walk upright. That is true. Alright, as soon as I got home, I tossed aside my school bag and changed in a hurry. The effects of only having a light lunch were starting to show, as my stomach began to let out fickle growls. Alright, let's go to Angel Mort. It's time to face the land of endless dessert. Preparations for battle are complete. Tally ho! Oh, wait, is this our first time seeing the outside? This is kind of cool. We got the bikes chilling out here. I'm glad there's no motorcycles in sight, because we know Keiichi. You probably would have bumped into them all over again, riled up the delinquents, and we would have had to go down that rabbit hole all over again. Angel Mort had a decidedly different feel to it compared to yesterday. Dessert Festa today. Admittance by reservation only. Nonetheless, the front of the store was being swarmed by over a dozen young men. Of course! There's only men with these tickets. What the heck? Not a single woman? Judging by how they were looking upwards in jealousy instead of entering the store. Oh, they weren't invitees. I see. Why would they gather here if they knew they couldn't get in? I found out the answer when I passed through the crowd and began to climb the steps to enter the restaurant. Oh no, where's this going? Nope, we just came in to use the bathroom. Nothing crazy. Ah, now he's gloating. There are probably people in this crowd that would kill to get their hands on a ticket, and he's just flexing in front of them. As soon as I said that, I was immediately mobbed. It was like being in the middle of a football scrum on the crowded train. What is going on? The reason was this. It wasn't just one ticket per person. Oh! Wait, why didn't Shion or Mion... Oh, you know what? I was about to say, why didn't Shion or Mion tell Keiichi this? But maybe she didn't want him to, like, invite Rena and Rika and, like, any other girls. Maybe she just wanted him to come here alone. But now I see it. So the guys, they're trying to be his plus ones. So let's see how that goes.
そうだったのか。ますますレナや他のみんなを誘ってやるべきだった。親切にありがとう。でも今の話は聞かなかったことにするよ。
Oh, snap. I don't think so now Keiichi's even being dense towards the other guys. I don't think he understands what they're getting at. He wasn't just giving you a helpful tip. He was pretty much saying like, hey, you know you can invite like 4 other people and I don't have a ticket. With an uplifting smile, I turned and ignored them. When I did, their arms all reached out at once, like the souls of the damned seeking, what is this word? Succor? Succor? Seeking succor?
その4名様までのお供にぜひ俺たちを
Yeah, so I love how his name is Otaku. So they had to literally spell it out for this man. Let's see what his response is. What selfish people. This was the only reason they were crowded in front of the restaurant. Dozens of wretched arms reached out for me like the teeth of a giant rake and grasped at the air. I was already climbing the stairs to the entrance. Oh, they're not letting him go! This isn't something to joke about. I flew up the rest of the stairs and threw myself inside the restaurant. It was like I had entered a different world. Dang, man. You know, for me, I would have invited at least one person. I would have been like, you know what, fine, one of you guys can come along. But I don't know, maybe it might be like one of those situations where you give a man an inch and he's gonna ask for a mile. So the other guys would be like, what the heck, you have 3 more slots. So I don't know. Keep in mind, if Mion confided in Rena, she would definitely keep the exact wording a secret for Mion's sake. But she's still going to try to help the situation. Keiichi just doesn't get the hints. That's true. Because Keiichi is 4 people's worth of dents. Yep, you're not wrong there at all. The miserable throng of the damned hurled curses at me from the other side of the glass door. He just made like 12 enemies in one day. But inside of this completely soundproofed and air-conditioned restaurant, with the angelic smiles of the waitresses to welcome me, and they were nothing more than a refreshing piece of scenery. I knew that I shouldn't laugh, but I began to let out a sinister cackle. This man is a villain. This man is heartless. Are any of the Sonozakis over there on shift today?
本日はデザートフェスタにつき、チケットのお客様のみの貸し切りになっております。チケットとご訪問をお伺いしてもよろしいでしょうか?
Oh. So what if this is like an added layer of security? Like, most people probably thought you only need a ticket, but now you need a name and a ticket. So can Keiichi even get in? Because he didn't win. The ticket was given to him.
チケットはないけど、名簿に名前があると思います。
I should be on the guest list.
前原あった。
What? Dang! Okay, Keiichi. I didn't even know he was on the guest list. I thought she was gonna give him a ticket. Like maybe once he got here, she was gonna hand him a ticket and let him in. But he's on the guest list. Dang, is he in the VIP table too?
失礼ですが、フルネームでお伺いしてよろしいですか?
I'm sorry, but may I please have your full name?
圭一です。前原圭一。
大変失礼いたしました。特別招待の前原圭一様ですね。
VIP. You're here by special invitation, right?
お席へご案内いたします。どうぞこちらへ。
The mood inside the room was incredibly heated. The booths were packed to the brim. Men in their prime were stuffing their faces with dainty desserts that didn't suit them at all. It was a rather unnerving spectacle. Dude, I don't care how cutesy the drink or dessert looks, as long as it's good, I do not care at all, dude. Soon after I was shown to my seat, Shion arrived. And here she is.
いらっしゃいませ。ようこそエンジェルモーターへ。
よーしよ。今日は本当にありがとうな。世話になりに来たぜ。
ちょっと遅かったから心配しました。でも来てくれて嬉しいです。
It may have been because other customers were around that her tone was less casual, but she still capped off that welcome with her usual brilliant smile. See, Keiichi understands, man.
見ての通り、今日はお客さんがすっごいんで、定時に抜けさせてもらえるかちょっと自信がないんです。私の仕事が終わるまでのんびりしててくださいね。終わったら一緒に遊びに行きましょうね。
When I'm done, let's go play somewhere. Hold on. Was this more than just an invitation? Or I guess this is like a two-part invitation. Whispering just that last part into my ear, Shion winked and returned to the kitchen. See, I don't think... This leads me to believe this is actually Shion here. I don't think that Mion could be this bold. And I feel like I've said this last stream too. But Shion definitely seems a lot more bold than Mion. And you could argue like maybe it's the fact that she is, you know, kind of creating this new persona for herself, that she can behave differently than if she were Mion, but I don't know, this seems way too bold for Mion. The only way I could imagine her saying that is if she was purposely teasing Keiichi and, like, you know, trying to get some sort of reaction out of him, or pranking him, something like that. Let's see. Nobody's gonna care how that dessert looks when it's in your gut, or when it comes out. Keiichi gets a whole table to himself. I think that's a good reason to blow off all those dirty otakus you don't even know. Oh, that's a good point. That's a great point. I didn't even think about sharing a table with like 3 other strangers. Yeah. You know what? Keiichi made the right move. Him gloating about it, I don't know about that. I would have just kept walking. Like, nah, I just came in to use the bathroom, dude. I'm not even here for the treats. Meanwhile, they're all like glaring at me through the glass as I'm stuffing my face. Man. Play, an old catchphrase of my town, the stomach doesn't have eyes. That's actually really good and very accurate. Real and true. Keiichi's only real knowledge of playing somewhere in this town is probably club activities and the trash heap with an Anna. Man. Maybe it was because the mood in the restaurant was so heated, but Shion seemed a bit bolder. See, that's exactly what I was saying. Even a small change in her mannerisms was enough to set my heart aflutter. If this doesn't scream catching feels, then I don't know what does. Keiichi starting to join Team Mion. Although, in actuality, he's probably falling for Shion, but he thinks it's Mion. While I was overwhelmed by the atmosphere inside the restaurant, orders from the new summer menu were carried out one after another. Oh, you know what? I think we've seen this menu during our brunch date with Delicious. Every single one was extravagantly huge. I get it, you can eat all of these amazing things for free. No wonder a ticket was worth its weight in gold. On top of that, all of it was plenty delicious. From dishes with a gentle appeal to insane ones aimed at a specific audience, there were absolutely no gaps in their repertoire.
どう考えても一人で食う量じゃないかもしれないな。まあそれは置いておいて。
it didn't feel relaxing in here at all. Probably because the fervor inside the restaurant was clearly abnormal. All the other booth seats were crammed with groups of 4. Sleazy men were gorging like pigs on cutely decorated desserts, and it wouldn't have been a surprise if they started licking the plates. It was more than a little unsettling. You know what image this just put in my head? I don't know if you guys have ever seen Spirited Away, but that scene where like there's the mom and dad pig, and they're over there like just stuffing their faces and just like falling off of the chairs. Like, that's what I imagine right here, except it's just a bunch of dirty otakus. Oh man, that's so good. Let's see. Show her the furry seal, Keiichi. OMG, dude, just get a freaking room. I could use a chocolate sundae. Honestly, haven't had one in ages. Dude, those parfaits were looking bomb right there in that menu. See, all the pigs eating used to horrify me. Yeah, because I first saw it when I was pretty young too. Like, I remember first watching Spirited Away back on Toonami. And when I saw that as a kid, the first thing that popped in my mind was, what the hell am I watching? And then I proceeded to carry that mindset throughout the rest of the entire movie. That movie is so bizarre. But like looking back on it and like watching it again when you're older, it's actually a pretty fun watch. It piqued my interest, so I started listening in on their conversation, on what things I heard. Dude. You know what? Let's give it a bit more before I say anything.
僕ですか
who was that?
当選チケットは秘密ルートから7万で購入したつ
70,000? Even if this is in yen, that is so much for a ticket.
職場には親戚の葬式でと言ったにゃりよ。
Alright, whoever's voicing these people is just having way too much fun. They're just having way too much fun. I feel like anyone that doesn't watch anime, that thinks of someone who watches anime, just imagines these guys.
エンジェルは制服が最高にゃり。
Like, is this how we look to the rest of the world? Is this how we look to the rest of the world?
ウェイトレスさん、水とかズボンにこぼしてふきふきとかしてくれないかにゃ
Surprisingly enough, this was the most normal sounding guy out of all of the ones we've heard so far. This is the most normal one.
にゃーにゃー
I retract that statement.
エンジェルモートのフィギュアが今度発売されるらしいでござるな。
Oh, here we go, the
次のイベン
figurines.
トは要注意でござる。
そうそう、今度大手フィギュアメーカーが商品化を決めたそうであります。発売日は要チェックなのであります。
Here we go.
しかし大人買いするには種類が多すぎるのでごわすな。普通のファミレス制服のフィギュアなら10種類程度でごわすのに、今度のはシークレットポーズ差分込みでざっ
Oh
と100種類。
no. So, oh man, Angel Mort is milking these losers like... Oh my god. Not only do they have the family restaurant uniforms, but there's a secret set with different poses too. Over 100 different ones. They are milking these guys' wallets like nothing.
ダブった時は誰かトレードしてもらいたいでおじゃるファンとしては即日コンプは義務いや君と僕とのディスティニーでおじゃるよ
I don't want to listen to this anymore. I don't want to hear this anymore. Man. Let's see. Somehow the descriptions are really pushing that unwashed otaku vibe. Yeah, and their voices aren't helping either. My favorite scene from Abyss is when they had to break that girl's arm. What was her name again? In Abyss. I'm not sure. Is that Made in Abyss? Or is that a different movie? And then the Nyaz in the chat. This is just dessert Japanese Hooters. Exactly. Exactly. Jeez, what's up with these loser Butas? The entire existence of Angel Mort as a maid cafe in a 1983 small town selling figurines is preposterous. True. Yukishi really decided to sell this game at the biggest otaku event in Japan. Oh, I stopped by at the best part, it seems. You did indeed, my friend. You did indeed. We're having a little side tangent otaku session here. Oh, is it over now? The words spilling out of their mouths were pretty much all incomprehensible jargon. But they still keenly conveyed that hidden behind them was an invisible aura of abnormality. Oh, you know what? If we would have invited those guys outside, then those conversations probably would still be going on right now. Like, we couldn't escape from them.
次のデザートは南国風シナモンのアバンチュールでございます。
Dang, that... What was that? Wait, hold on. What? Did they slip that in there? What the heck?
どうかなさいましたか?
Wait, hold on. What the heck was that?
お待たせしました。次のデザートは南国風シナモンのアバンチュールでございます。どうかなさいましたか?
What was the need for adding that there? Really, just why? That was so unnecessary. Man, I guess these maids are just doing a pretty darn good job at selling this whole Angel Mort experience.
なんかこう、今日の店内は雰囲気が違うなと。
うちのお店、その道の方々にはかなり有名らしいんです。
Let's see, what kind of name is that? You know what? I was actually thinking the same thing. I don't think this sounds very good. Tropical lemonade. Oh my god, what is going on? Tropical cinnamon love affair. Me personally, just from the name alone, it doesn't sound super appetizing. Because when I think of tropical cinnamon, I think of like fruit and cinnamon. And I don't really know how fruit and cinnamon would really mix together. Like, I don't know. I'm just imagining like pineapple, strawberries, and cinnamon. I don't know. I'd try it, but it doesn't have my mouth watering. Let's see. A little, but you only missed cringy otaku sounds. By the way, pay attention to these dessert names. They are interesting. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. This maid lady sounds like Okamura, weirdly. Like putting on a voice. Who's Okamura? Is she from Higurashi, or is Okamura from Higurashi or from some other anime? Oh yes, otaku cringy sounds are my favorite. Now I need to watch the VOD. Oh man, if you like otaku cringy sounds, there was definitely a lot of that in this episode. Yo, what is up, Midoriya? Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. Also, I appreciate you not only dropping by so many of the recent videos, but like your comments would be lightning fast. Like before I could even go into the video and post the question of the day, you're already there. So I appreciate it. Angel Mort is an experience. That's true. You don't come for the food, you come for the experience. Have you ever heard of cinnamon apple? True, but I don't really think of apple when I think of tropical. I think of more exotic fruits. Like maybe mango, pineapple, those kinds. Keiichi's minion. Oh yeah, you're right. He's one of the kids. Okamura is the kid who had a crush on Rika. Yep. I think, did both of them have a crush on Rika? Or did one crush on Rika and the other one crushed on Satoko? I don't remember. Cinnamon banana is good too. Now that doesn't sound bad. Cinnamon banana doesn't sound bad. But I guess, hopefully he describes it here so we have a better idea. Alright, our restaurant is pretty famous in their circles. In whose circles? Oh, in the otaku circles.
まあそういう狙いのお店ですからいいんですけどね。
We were aiming for that. Of course, of course.
でもイベントの日のお客様はちょっと濃いめの方が多いんで困っちゃいます。
Oh, I bet. The waitress informed me quietly with a wry smile.
なんかお客の人たちも血走っててハイエナみたいですよね。
Yep.
今日のお客さんのほとんどはかなり遠方から無理してきてるみたいですからね。
I just imagine like the smell of like sweat, Doritos, like ah man. Hopefully these desserts and you know whatever, I don't know if there's like a perfume or something they put throughout the store, but hopefully all of that can like filter out the otaku sweatiness. Tomita crushed on Satoko. Okay, I see. One liked Rika, one liked Satoko. I forgot which liked which. Okay, so I guess now we have our answers. Oh, seems like a lot of customers today came from unreasonably far away.
そういう方々ってハメを外しやすいんでちょっと怖いんです。
It seems like she has a lot of experience dealing with these kind of
ちゃんと
customers.
ガードを固めておかないと大変なんですから。
Whoa! What kind of... Yeah, what did she mean by keep your guard up? Are you warning us? Or is this something that all of the waitresses know? Let me just take a moment. Let me just, before we dive into whatever the heck this is, let me just take a moment. Alright. Let's see what that crash was. I turned around, startled, to see that a waitress had fallen down and spilled the order she was carrying right onto a customer. Oh man. Wait, isn't that Shion?
すみませんでした。
Oh, this is bad.
そのお召し物はその
なんてことするにゃり。
Why? Why? Just why? These aren't humans. These are not humans we are dealing with here.
もうジーンズ専門店で1800円もしたズボンが生クリームでベトベトにゃりよ。
I can't. I'm at a loss for words. Sticky? They are all sticky? What? What am I looking at? Oh god, Ephraim. That's probably where he's gonna go next with this. That's probably exactly where he's gonna go next. Look, he's like mumbling to himself. What the hell is that? For somebody who just met with disaster, he seems awfully happy.
これはひどいですにょ。
Oh, yep. I think he's going right where you were hinting at, Ephraim.
ウェイトレスさんが精神誠意ふきするしかないでござるにょ。
Oh, no! Does she have to? Does she have to? Oh, it seems that little Miss Waitress here will have to wipey. Oh, man. The conversation suddenly veered off in an odd direction. Hey, what did he say? Wipey. Did he want Shion to wipe him down? Right over that obviously aberrant tent that he had pitched over his crotch. This is... Ah, man. Of course, because not anywhere else. It couldn't be the sleeve, it couldn't be the shirt. It couldn't even be his face. It, of course, had to be the crotch. This is just too... This is too ideal for him.
でも その
Oops.
私
Don't make her do this.
ふきふきふきふきふきふき
God. Oh man. The wipey wipey chant quickly spread throughout the room. Totally cornered, Shion went pale. Wait, everyone was chanting it? She looked over to a more experienced waitress for help, but was only met with a head shaking out of pity. So is this part of the job?
足を引っ掛けられたんですね。
Oh, they set her up. This is why you gotta stay on guard. They set her up for this. It was probably the guy on the other end of the booth, tripping her.
ああやってわざと衣服を汚させて絡んでくるお客が最近多いんで
They've
す。
been on the rise lately, so this is common.
足を引っ掛けてだって？じゃあ今のあれも事故じゃなくて恋？
メインの女の子は十分気をつけてますから絶対ああはならないんですけど、
Oh, she doesn't
園
know.
崎さんは短期バイトだから今日のお客様たちにも早々に見破られちゃったみたいで朝からあんな感じで
Dang,
絡
man.
まれてるんです。
This is ruthless.
店長とかは何やってんだよ。あんな不良な客は追い出せよ。
True, these are the real delinquents. Can we all agree? These guys are the real delinquents. Let's see. Well, what a scene I walk into. People thinking with NSFW logic is so disturbing. Wipe me down. Nice, I'm glad my phone's almost dead now. Oh man. Hey, if one wins, we all win? No. No, Ephraim. This is not that kind of anime, alright? This is not that kind of anime. There's no need for training arcs. There's no need for none of this stuff. Man, why'd it have to be Shion? Why'd it have to be Shion? We're in the service industry, so there's not much we can do about it. She laughed as she said it in a resigned tone. Shion trembled uncontrollably with a dishcloth in her hands as she turned bright red. See, now I feel like Mion, I feel like she would have grabbed like the nearest mop bucket and just like threw the entire mop on top of him and cleaned him that way. The man who had been doused in frosting splayed out on the bench, putting the cream covered. Why are they making me read this? Why are they making me read this, dude? Ryukishi, why are you going so in-depth with every single detail, man? I don't need to know what color it is. Oh my god. Still mentally unprepared, her trembling hand inched forward, goaded on by onlookers.
さあさあさあふきふきするでござるよ
Jesus. From my male point of view, it might have been a ridiculous spectacle I could just smile wryly at, but from a woman's point of view, this was obviously pure humiliation. So it takes something this vile and extreme to finally get you to be able to look through a woman's point of view. You know what? Better late than never. Let's see if Keiichi does anything, or if he's just gonna sit back and watch the show. Let's see. Time to get the taser. Kasai pops in and starts wiping the guy's crotch in Shion's place. Irie comes in for an examination of the damages. The whole reason this cafe with these uniforms exists is to attract this type of customer, so I can understand why management would be resistant to reprimand them. I can see that too. It sucks that they have to deal with it, but I'm sure many of these women kind of knew or had an idea of what line of work they were getting into before signing up. Because I'm sure there's plenty of other restaurants. There's a food shop right across the street. So, I'm sure I'm sure she knew she'd have to deal with these kind of people, but maybe she wasn't expecting dealing with them in that way. We need to know all of it for science. Ryukishi decided to show how disgusting weebs can be in the weeb game to make weebs more self-aware of their behavior. Hopefully. I feel like there were some people like reading through this part probably drooling at their screen. When Cloudy Edoge read through. We don't need any of that. Well, you know what? I'll schedule that right after the hentai reaction. So whenever the hell we get to that, we'll get to the Edoge read-through. No date planned currently. The font for food shop still triggers me. Oh wow, yeah, I see it. I see it. Maybe that was intentional. It's for her family though. She's 14, so yeah, it's weird. That's true. Yep, yeah. That is, yeah. Plus, we don't know how old these guys are. Because, you know, there's no age limit on being an otaku. You could be a 10-year-old otaku, and you could be a, like, 40-year-old otaku. And if they were willing to spend thousands of dollars to get their hands on these tickets, then they're definitely not kids, that's for sure. I don't think a 14-year-old would be able to scrape up that kind of money, so... yeah. I don't know about this one. When I was trapped by those thugs and had been... It's time! It's time! And he promised! He did promise! Let's go, Keiichi. What are you gonna do? Shion fearlessly stood up to them and saved me. Still, as humiliating as it was, Shion was also partly to blame for this, and it wasn't as though her life was at stake, right? Even these guys, they were just going to jeer at her in a bit of a lewd situation. It's not like they were going to eat Shion alive or anything. It'd be alright if I just consoled her afterwards. Nah, man. Nah, this is not the move.
私だって怖かったですよ。
Yep, even I was scared.
他ならぬケイちゃんのピ
Look
ン
at
チだ
that.
し。
This is like that pivotal anime protagonist moment where their backs against the wall. The villain is about to finish them off, and then they're reliving their like past experiences. And Mion is reminding him, even I was scared, but Kei-chan was in trouble, so she did it anyways.
勇気出して頑張りましたってことです。
I had to be brave and do my best. Now it's time for you to do the same, Keiichi. When I, a man, was being assailed by 3 thugs while paralyzed with fear, Shion saved me without a second thought. What about now? These sleazy, filthy degenerates were trying to pin the blame on Shion. This time, our roles were reversed. Hey, Keiichi Maibara. If you don't save her now, when will you be able to repay the debt you owe her? You scared, Keiichi Maibara? At that time, Shion, no Mion, didn't even show a hint of hesitation. Then what about now? I'm not hesitating. Then what? If you're not hesitating, then why aren't you helping her? You gotta do something. Resign yourself to your fate. Dude, these guys are too full of themselves, man. I'm really hoping that Keiichi goes up to them and actually wipes for them, so it just completely ruins their tent. And ruins their night. Because at this point, they kind of deserve it. Ooh! Okay, I like this fire! Shut up, you greasy fast. Oh man, Keiichi is really railing in on him. I grasped Shion's shoulder firmly and pulled her behind me.
Kei-chan!
そのスタッフが世のオズボンに粗相したのでござるよ。
Why is he speaking like this? Yonder waitress was the one who wet mine pants. Oh?
男なら能書き吐くな。腕で物を言ってみろ。
Oh, he's about to throw hands. Thud smash. My body was lifted into the air like nothing. I was thrown right back into my own seat. This guy is strong, no matter how you look at it, athletic, and this Lardo aren't even in the same area code. Alright, so Ryukishi's getting a bit savage now, and I kinda like it.
オタクは意外にマイナーな武道を得得していることが多いでござる。
Oh my god, what is going on here, man?
ござるよ。
Many otaku are unexpectedly well versed in some obscure martial art. Don't be Don't be misunderestimating us? The man smirked, showing off his gum line.
ケイちゃん、大丈夫？
Damn it. How lame must I look right now?
シオンは足を引っ掛けられたんだろう。向こうが悪いんだから、突き上がらせることなんかないぞ。
Good point.
そうだけど、でもやっぱり悪いのは。
もう一度だ。
Oh, he's going for a second round.
行くぞ。
And handled again. Yep. Snap. Oh no, that is not good. Or you know what? Let's just hope it was a chair.
これくらいでへこたれるケイチ様だと思うなよ。
Let's go. Like these guys, I wonder because they're clearly otakus. They're all about anime and manga and stuff. Keiichi's looking like quite the protagonist right there, dude. No matter how, I guess, unbalanced the odds may look, he's still getting up and fighting back. They should be cheering this man on.
もう一度だ。
Oh my god, he is getting handled right now.
口ほどにもないでござるの。
You're all talk.
まだまだ。
Rise my will to fight. I'm not doing all that. There's way too much going on right now. Not just running, I planted every one of my steps firmly as I closed the distance to the lard ball. Like, these are just, it's just unnecessary at this point. Greasy fat ass, lard ball, filthy degenerate. I think we get it at this point. Each time I ripped my foot off the floor, I could feel my burning spirit flare up from the point of impact. Oh? Everything slowed down like I was walking underwater. As I stepped forward in that viscous flow of time, I calmly measured the gap between us. Oh man, here it comes. His spidey senses. With our difference in height, reach was my ultimate advantage. There was an ever so tiny distance between us where only my punch would be able to reach. I unleashed my iron fist of righteous anger, but it flew towards his face slowly, like I was punching underwater. Reacting to that with a smirk on his face, the fatso easily slipped inside of my punch. I hadn't realized it until now, but in this mired time, I was able to observe his baffling counterattack with almost painful clarity. His arm slowly swung around in a large windmill motion, wrapped around my whiffed punch, and descended in an arc. That arm swung around like the arms of a clock, and it came into contact with my head, twisting my upper body around. Jesus. Dragging my head along, he followed through with another rotation. This time he rotated his entire body like a top, followed by another rotation. I'm loving this description, by the way. Like, before, the extra added details were unnecessary. But I really like this. We're getting very good visuals of how the fight's going on. Combining defense and offense. It was a brilliant counter. That's right, 3 times I was thrown after 3 rotations, I think. In this viscous region of time, I was unable to struggle, and I could only wait dumbstruck until the moment I was thrown. The moment I was, that sluggish temporal anomaly abruptly ended. Jesus. So many big words. Temporal anomaly abruptly ended. Crash. So that was probably the finishing blow right there.
修行が足りないでござるよ。
You're not ready. You're 100 years too early to fight me.
Young man.
Okay, I like this nice touch. I like this nice touch. The English there was like cherry on top. I was loath to admit it, but against somebody trained in martial arts, I couldn't win through force of will alone. Dang, is that it? Is that how his story ends? After my consciousness faded in a wave of dizziness, when I came to, I was lying down in my own seat.
怪我しなくてよかったですね。
The more experienced waitress from before wiped the seat from my brow with a towel. Oh, you know what? You know what I just thought of? I feel like if I was in Keiichi's situation, Shion having to like wipe that other guy down, that kind of feel like NTR. I don't know. It just feel a bit unsettling. I feel like I missed a lot too. Let's see what the chat's been on about. How creepy it can be, right? See, Keiichi just needs to pull an Iori and lewdly clean the creamy pants stain instead. That's the Keiichi we love. Not only does the tent die, but the spill is also cleaned up. That you're not wrong. Imagine getting rocked by a fat otaku. Could never be me. You'd be surprised, man. Just cause people are fat, like, how do I explain it? Fat doesn't equal weak. It kind of does in a sense, but like a fat guy throwing a punch and a like scrawny dude throwing a punch, a fat guy is gonna have a lot of weight behind that swing. That's probably why one punch was able to spin Keiichi's torso around. Keiichi out here roasting like a king. I can see the ugly bastard tag on this one. Scary. Agreed. This is definitely like some NTR I've stumbled across. Let's see. Keiichi X Otaku fanfics. Well, that's a cursed image. The snap is Keiichi resetting the timeline and trying to punch him again. Back to the gulag for your training arc. Also kind of pathetic that a group of grown men are fighting against a kid. That's true. But see, they don't care. I feel like they're at the point now where like the desperation to get some sort of like female contact outweighs like decency for them. They're desperate. Keiichi getting the Apex Predator status. I want this as a Sakuga fight scene. This guy is gonna make Keiichi play Twister. Satoko needs to train him in the art of preparation. That's true. However the heck she got that super speed and super strength, she needs to pass those secrets over to Keiichi. I mean, even if I didn't know Shion, that guy trying to make her do that is disgusting regardless. Yeah, I agree. But I feel like there's an added level of disgust when you know the person, and especially if you're like somewhat attached to the person. Because we know Keiichi is like catching feels for her. That's kind of like if your crush kisses another dude. Like that kind of same awkward, strange feeling. But like the fact that there's manipulation mixed in, there's a lot of layers of disgust. There's like the frosting of disgust. There's the meat of the cake of disgust. And then there's like the sprinkles and the cherry on top of disgust. Alright, while she was doing that, a red-faced and teary-eyed Shion trudged over. Dang. We lost. Mission failed. We couldn't save her.
大丈夫ですか？私なんかのためにすみませんでした。
No need to apologize, Shion. We should be the ones apologizing.
俺こそ役に立たなくてすまん。俺喧嘩って 勝ったことないし。
Why did you have to say meat of the cake? Because, like, what do I say? The cake of the cake? Like, you know, meat of the cake is it's a good description when used in the right context. But we've seen how far Yoka's taken it, and now I can understand why using those words. Yeah, you know what? I'll try not to use it next time. Alright. I've never won a fight before.
私のために助けに来てくれただけで嬉しかったです。
You know what? He does want to fight later on, though. Against Reina. Or Rena, not Reina.
本当ですよ。それだけでも今日はケイちゃんに来てもらえてよかったかなって。
Oh wow, Cage, he's in, dude. Easy collab. As she said that, she stuck her tongue out teasingly. She wiped off the whipped cream with the washcloth she was holding in her hands.
園崎さん、R 入ってもいいですよ。あと 1,2 時間でしょ。
いいんです。バイトとはいえお給料もらってる身ですから。時間内はちゃんと働きたいんです。だから本当お気遣いなく。
So noble. She couldn't even put up a brave front. I would never even think for a second that Mion could be that weak. This was Shion, and she had been harassed by some unreasonable riffraff. That was reality.
ケイちゃんは気にしないでデザートいっぱい食べててくださいね。一通り食べ終わったらアンケートを書いてもらいますので。
Survey.
じゃあ私ホールに戻りますね。
After some consoling words and a sympathetic smile to Shion, the other waitress started to head back to work. That's where I stopped her.
すみません、ウェイトレスさん。電話借りたいんですけど。
Oh?
電話ですか？レジ横にございますよ。ご案内いたします。
Who's he gotta call at a time like this? I pulled a 10 yen coin from my wallet. This wasn't about saving face. My being a worthless coward was an unchangeable fact, but I could just cry myself to sleep about that later tonight. Now was not the time for tears. I had to fight.
確かチケット1枚で4人まで OK なんですよね。
Oh man. Oh man. Who is he about to call? Who's he about to call up? Cause wait, let's see what he says here. Now was not the time for tears. I had to fight. And he's thinking of calling 4 people. Do you think he's gonna bring the usual gang? Like Rika, Satoko, Rena? Or do you think he's gonna hit up our dear delinquents? Let's see. Only one way to find out.
あと3人呼んでもいいんですよね。
3 more people. Who are those 3 people, Keiichi?
そうですけど、一応名簿に書きますので、お名前を伺ってもよろしいですか？
I turned around and glared at the greasy hooligan who subjected Shion to that humiliation. I think it's time. There are 3 things that aren't working in your favor today, punk. The first is that I owe Shion. The second is that I'm a man who's not afraid to throw away his pride to win. And the third is that we're the most powerful club members in history! Hold up! He's actually calling the gang over!
名簿には竜宮レナ、
Rena,
それから
Satoko, and Rika to the
フルでいいか？
guest list.
かしこまりました。受けたまわります。
New challengers approach. I'll have the best and most powerful club members join the fray. They can bring down 1,000 foes. You fat asses. Prepare to meet your maker. I wonder how they're gonna do it though. Alright, we have Rena here.
いいお店だね。
Let's go.
レ
then we have
デザート
Rika.
までおごってもらえるなんて僕は大感激なのです。
We see them like so rarely in their casual clothes that this almost looks like new models.
ああ、好きなだけ食ってくれ。俺の分なんか気にするな。
Where's Satoko? Here she is.
ケイクさん、茶番は結構でございますのよ。
Everyone's here.
要件に入ってほしいですわ。
The sad part is these are probably the only 3 girl customers in the entire store. Rena and Rika-chan put down their forks when Satoko broached the subject. After looking at them for a few moments, I pressed my forehead firmly into the table.
頼む。俺の不甲斐なさを笑ってもいい。力を貸してくれ。
Lend me your strength. The 3 of them seemed surprised by the sudden turn of events, but nevertheless listened to what I had to say without making fun of my usual behavior.
どうしたのかな。何があったんだろう、太郎。
実はミオンの妹のシオンがこの店でバイト中なんだ。
Alright, he's relaying the info.
ああ、話に聞いてたみーちゃんの妹さんだね。ひょっとしてあれかな、あれかな。似てるね、似てるね。
You know what's interesting? Why didn't... Oh, I'm dumb. I was about to say, why didn't he call Mion, but he still thinks that Mion and Shion are the same person.
似てるも何も髪を下ろしただけの本人ではありませんの？
It might be, or it might not. We're all still wondering. Oh,
ケイチ
I
が
didn't
シ
know
オ
what to
ンだ
say.
と言うからシオンなのですよ。いくら双子だってあんなにうり二つになるもんなんですの？一卵性ソーセージって言ってね。
Whoa, I've never seen that word. Monozygotic? Monozygotic twins?
本当にそっくりの双子ってこともあるんだって。
Rena gave the most plausible explanation, so everybody else was convinced.
納得してもらえたかな。それで本題だ。
And then he explains the rest. I recounted everything that had just happened. How Shion was targeted, how she was antagonized by the customers, and the humiliation that was forced upon her. Also, how incredibly pathetic I was. I included everything without trying to hide it.
それはひどいね。
See, you could have said bread instead of meat. You're right. My mistake. I'll stop. The meat is the best part. Did he stutter? God. Man. Keiichi got mad Riz. Obviously, he's gonna call his best friend Detective Delicious. Calls in 3 girls to flex his arm over the other guys. I didn't even think about that. The added, like, psychological attack. Because not only did he call in 3 girls to handle him, but these are 3 girls that he can call up at any moment. These guys probably don't know 3 girls at all. Besides, like, their mom. He should have called the Soul Brothers. Imagine that your crush invites all of your friends to a fun dessert place, but not you. Sucks to be Mion. Dude, that's... Ah, man. Oh man, I could already see where this might be going, if that's the case. 'Cause you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Mono 1 zygotes are the initial fertilized egg during pregnancy. Monozygotic twins are twins who were born from the same initial zygote, which then splits rather than 2 separate eggs. Interesting. So is monozygotic, is that just another word? Like, is, how I explain it, are identical twins considered monozygotic twins? Or are they 2 separate things? Neko's useless med knowledge. Well, hey, we're all about useless knowledge over here on the Cloudy Crow stream, so Your useless knowledge is welcome. It'll be put to use somehow, somewhere.
しかし、それを助けられないなんて。みっともないにも程がありますわよ。
Oh my god! There should be a limit to how unsightly you can be. It just gets worse.
それについては返す言葉がない。
Oh my god, Satoko is savage, man.
さとこちゃん、
At a time like this, she is just flaming my mans.
負けを認めて助けを求めるのってとっても難しいことなの。
That's true. That was very brave of you, Keiichi, especially admitting it to these people. I mean, I'm sure Rena and Rika won't care, but Satoko, she could use that against you at any time.
ケイチ君は変なプライドなんかよりしーちゃんを助けることを選んだんだよ。
Yeah, what now, Satoko?
情けないですこと。
And she's still going on with this. Rena's follow-up stung a bit, but I could only be thankful that she understood. Satoko was calling me all sorts of names, but there were no malign intentions behind her words.
で、僕たちは何をするですか？
Good question. Her voice was monotone, but there was a hint of resolve in her words. I replied to Rika-chan's suggestive silence in kind with my own quiet resolve.
そんなところだと思ってましたわ。
Man, is it prank time? I know that smirk.
ケイチさん一人には少々荷が重すぎますもの。
じゃあ助けてくれるのか？
当然だよ、ケイチ君。私たちは誰がいじめられても助けに行く
Alright,
よ。
it's time. Let's get to work. I remembered when I was cornered by those thugs, what Shion had said about the strong feeling of solidarity in Hinamizawa really began to hit home. However, Keiichi Maibara, now is not the time to get choked up with tears of gratitude. Now is the time to fight.
すまん、恩に切る。
一人で頑張ったけど歯が立たなくてかわい
Oh
そうかわい
man.
そうです。
Even Rika-chan gently pat my head for me. But there was no mindless pity in the palm of that hand. It was overflowing with the strong, dependable feeling of leave the rest to us, dude. Man, wait, hold on. Keiichi really does seem like the protagonist. This is just like that situation where, like for example, if you guys have seen, what is it, Tokyo Revengers, I could imagine Takemichi being in this same situation. And then the boys come in, and they're just like, leave the rest to us. You've done enough. We got it from here.
もろもろの都合によりミオンは参戦できないので臨時に俺が指揮を取る。作戦内容はシオンの護衛と敵勢力の殲滅。
The extermination of the enemy's combat capability.
敵って誰かな？いっぱいいるのかな？
現時刻以降シオンにちょっかいを出そうとする全個人、交戦規定はなし。
No rules of
報酬
engagement.
は今食ったデザート。質問はあるか？
Everybody had already entered club mode, their eyes peering at the riffraff, clamoring around inside the restaurant like predators stalking their prey from the darkness. Rika-chan held up her hand.
なんだい、リカちゃん。
手加減は必要ですか？
Oh my god! Do we have to show mercy? What are you guys planning here? But I think I know Keiichi's answer. Rule number 2. Or rule number 1. I don't remember which one. You do whatever it takes.
不要に決まってますわ。
Of course we don't have to.
ミオさんの妹に狼藉を働く輩に手加減なんか不要ですの。
That's true.
いいんですね、ケイチ。
Keiichi-chan. Oh, Rika-chan. Wait, why did I read Keiichi? Rika-chan was serious. She was really ready to pretty much murder someone. I'm counting on you, Rika.
全責任は俺、前原圭一が取る。蹴散らしてやれ。
Oh no. Cute mode?
よーし。
Let's go. I feel like out of all of these guys, I mean, okay. So let's look at their specialties. So Rika is like an expert at deception. They're gonna think she's some innocent, cute little girl, and then bam, she hits them where it hurts. Satoko, she's the tactician. She's gonna come up with some sort of strategy, some sort of plan, some sort of mechanism. And then we have Rena. She's like the like blissful fury. I don't know. She hits hard. If you make her mad, she can definitely knock a couple knots into their heads. So we got a pretty powerful lineup. The only question is how they're going to execute this. That's the only thing we need to find out.
すまんよろしく頼む
ケイチさん、そんなに力まなくても大丈夫ですのよ。まあご覧あそばせ。ケイチさんがそのパフェを食べ終わる頃にはお掃除は終わってますよ。
Dang! I don't know, why did that sound so badass? By the time you finish that parfait, we'll have finished cleaning up too. Dang, man. Let's
では
go.
みんな頑張りましょうですよ。ファイトオーです。
And here we go. And everyone's fired up. Thus, the most powerful war band the world had ever known, trained by Mion, began to move. They all have been trained by Mion in a way. I was the oldest, the only boy, and behaved like a leader. But when you consider our club activities, I was by far the most junior member. Individually, everyone besides me had terrifying combat capabilities. If all of them combined their strengths to protect Shion, I couldn't even imagine. I was probably about to witness something terrible and awe-inspiring.
園崎さん、7番テーブルにデラックスパフェを5つお願いします。
Oh, 5 deluxe parfaits. Are they planning another strike?
あ、はい。
Shion carried the order to the tables. For Shion to carry all 5 parfaits without wobbling took so much effort that she didn't have breathing room to pay attention to her feet. And this is where they strike, or so they think.
どうしよう。また来たでござるよ。
Look at that. They're already plotting their next move.
今度はミーのおズボンにぶっかけさせて一層念入りにふきふきしてもらうにより
Why do they call it wipey wipey, man? These guys are so cringe. It was the same wipey wipey scheme that had occurred just a short time earlier. This time, another one of them was trying it out for himself. The very depravity, is it? I've heard of like deprivation. Is it the very depravity of these men was itself a full-out attack?
ケイチよりレナへ5、6番テーブル付近で待ち伏せだ
Ambush them around tables 5 and
レナ
6.
聞こえてるか
What, do they have walkie-talkies or
お
something?
店の制服かいいね。
Oh no. Wait, maybe this is a good thing.
お二人
Maybe this is a good thing. Because some might think, of course, she gets distracted. But I think the OGs, the real Rena fans, they know you want Rena in cute mode in these sort of situations. Because that's when she's at her most powerful. She's just basically powering up right now. Shion, her bottom swaying while carrying the parfaits, was being chased by an equally swaying Rena. She was supposed to be escorting Shion, but Rena was instead transfixed by the back of her uniform. From a normal person's point of view, it was probably like having a fox guard a henhouse. But when it comes to Rena, things are different. Oh, wow! Wait! Not only do we have Rena in cute mode, but we have something cute for her to protect. Because we've seen what she's done to people that mess with Satoko or Rika when she's in cute mode. So now she has a reason to protect Shion. If anything were to happen to her, it's not gonna end well. It's not gonna end well. Yep, that guy C already knows. He already knows. Man. The crow playing in the chat. Let's see. Oh wait, I gotta click off of here. Okay. Alright, let's see. Yeah, identical twins are considered monozygotic. Okay. Monozygotic. I think only identical twins. Rika then pulled out some weird shard. Looked like a part of a sword. She suddenly transformed into a flying Miko and splattered the otakus against the pavement. Satoko pulled out a gun and started blasting. Rena asked if they had alarm clocks, and when the otaku said no, she chopped them up without hesitation. If only, man, if only. Keiichi's Neko Damashi scene, but the otakus are dead on the floor. Well, I had to go to uni, so I'm going to watch the rest of the VOD later. Alright, take care of that guy, C. Thanks so much for stopping by, I really appreciate it. Rena Angel Mort costume, aw man. Aw man, if only, dude. I too gonna have to retire for the day. See you at the VOD. Alright, take care, Duetto. Thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Alright, so let's see what she does here.
シンクロ率 120%。
120%. He already knows.
勝ったな。
We've won.
あの状態のレナさんには地球上のどんな物理法則も通用しませんわ。
When Rena's in that state, even the laws of physics don't apply. Because no little girl should be hitting that hard. Shion's legs, unsteady and defenseless, were being targeted by those sleaze bags.
今でござるよ、同志諸君。
世界の輝ける明星にして偉大なる総統閣下万歳。
Oh my god. Heilmine Führer, Shining Lucifer of the Harumi Mecha. A leg snaked out to trip Shion's defenseless feet. Egads, 3 of them at once. Thap, thap, thap. Oh! Rena already striked! It happened in an instant. The 3 fools writhed in pain as their legs bent at unnatural angles. Oh my god. Jesus. This is Rena. This is the power you've awoken. Rena teetered into view and gave them a warning?
おいたはダメなんだよ。
Oh man, I'm sure they learned their lesson, or hopefully they've learned their lesson. Because it can get a lot worse.
目だよ、目。レナがお持ち帰りするから、目。
Oh, here we go.
この小娘、珍妙な技を。
The human scum clutched at their bruised ankles as they passed out.
さすがはレナさん。
That's our Rena-san.
いつ見ても恐ろしいキレですわね。
ああ、絶対的なガードだ。
Unbreakable
半径
barrier.
2メートル以内で行われるシオンへのあらゆる攻撃を
Dang!
完全なカウンターで粉砕する。
Let's go. Oh, someone else tried. As Shion was making her rounds through the restaurant, there were people here and there collapsing with welts on their legs or hands.
はう。レナよりケイチ君へ。もうしーちゃんにちょっかい出す人はいないよ。
Keiichi-kun, this is Rena. Nobody left. That'll bother Shi-chan.
だからもうお持ち帰り。
Wait, before you do that, Rena, slow down there. That wasn't a part of the deal.
ケイチよりレナへ。ご苦労だった。
Good work.
引き続き護衛を続けてくれ。
Please continue the mission.
それからお持ち帰りは不可。
Permission to take home denied.
繰り返す。お持ち帰りは不可。
じゃあ見てるだけだよ、見てるだけ。
Alright.
は
I guess just looking is fine. That wouldn't prevent her from guarding Shion, so I guess it's okay. Anyways, thanks to this, I knew who had tried to mess with Shion. Anybody who was clutching at their arm or leg while they were writhing in agony was basically branded by their bruises.
現時刻をもって敵勢力識別を完了。
Oh, that was just step 1. Now step 2. Satoko?
ケイチよりサトコへ。
There we go.
そっちはどうなってる？
Rena with looping powers would be OD. She would. Because the thing is, Satoko, she needed the needle to really do any damage. Well, and I guess the gun. But she needed tools in order to do any damage to those timelines. I think Rena, I think she could handle it on her own. Just simply being able to go back would be enough. She could handle everything else with her bare hands. And that's what makes her so terrifying. Like, I think if Rika were to become a witch, like, no, not Rika. If Rena were to become a witch like Satoko, I think if her mission was, like, to gather every cute object in the world and somehow cram them in and around her home, I don't think there's any force that could stop her. I don't think there's anyone that could stop her. Rena's just that powerful. Satoko was in the kitchen. She had spread open a sketch of the restaurant on the counter, replete with order chits and their destinations, and was now sorting through the freshly made desserts. Oh, did she slip something in it? Oh wow, even the waitresses are in on it. Let's go. The veteran waitress was briskly directing her juniors as the trays went out one after another. All the desserts that had passed through Satoko's hands were delivered at once. Yep. Yeah, please. If you still value your life, what did they put in these? Certainly they were all incredibly cute looking desserts. They were all works of art that you could enjoy before even taking your first bite. However, since Satoko had meddled with them, they were nothing more than unpredictable danger. Let's hope there's no needles inside. Blissfully ignorant of that fact were the men now stuffing their faces. Oh no, he took his bite. Almost right away, they realized that something was wrong.
Satoko, 何を混ぜた？塩やタバスコってわけじゃないだろう。
Oh no, is it worse? Oh, here we go. You said no mercy. This does not sound good at all. As she said that, she twirled a dubious file in her fingers before putting it away smartly into her pouch. So does she carry this around at all times? What the heck? What did she put in there? The customers are moving. Escort duty. Come to think of it, I didn't see Rika-chan anywhere. Where could she be lurking? Clatter, clatter. Several men stood up suddenly from... Oh, snap! Did she put laxatives in it? Now they're about to rush to the toilet, but maybe Rika is gonna stop them somehow. That restless fidgeting and that look of relief when they found the single placard hanging from the ceiling. Written on that placard was the word restroom. They began a mad rush in that direction. It wasn't just one or two people. All of the people that were branded as the enemy were standing up from their seats while clutching at their stomachs.
It's
too late. Oh, and it's this dude. God, I could not, man. If I was forced to sit at a table that constantly spoke like this, or that like constantly spoke in the like ooh-woo speak, I had to lose my mind. These people aren't human.
今日リプレイ外しにやりおトイレはどこにゃ
Where's the toilet?
見つけたにゃ緊急発進スクランブルにゃ
You're in for it now. Okay, I see what you did there. I felt dirty just thinking about what Satoko probably did to their desserts. The problem was how to follow this up. I was intrigued, so I followed the rush of men to the washroom. I think just lock the door. Just lock the door, because then they'd have to leave the restaurant. Well, no, I guess that's bad business then. The narrow hallway connecting the restroom was crammed with about 10 men.
これは何としたことでござるか
As I peered over to see what was happening, whoa! It seemed that the toilet was clogged and backflowing, unleashing a loud gurgling sound and a terrible stench. There was no way to use it in this state. Dang, that's kind of a lot, cause like, wouldn't we have to clean that, Rika? I think just getting rid of the toilet paper would have been enough. Just like taking the toilet rolls would have been enough. It would have been brutal. That's definitely like some ruthless stuff to do, but I think just taking out the toilet paper, that would be like the perfect like FU to them. Damn it, that's Satoko. What a frightening display of power. No, this wasn't Satoko's doing. It was divine punishment. Yeah, they were just unlucky. I'll just apologetically ask one of the employees here to clean it up. See? Like now the employees have to clean up this mess.
これでは尿が出せぬでござる
And look, they're over here struggling.
どうしたものにゃりんか毎同士
It was a brilliant combination of traps, but it would be better if there were one more push to the kicker. Seeing as it was Satoko, she wouldn't have overlooked that.
こうなっては最後の手段にゃ
Oh god, here we go. When Satoko gets down to business, she likes to act out with certainty. Yep, we definitely see that here. Faced with the moral dilemma, that man only had one other option. Woman's restroom! Oh god.
さすがに女子トイレはまずいでござらんか
What choice do we have?
今日のお客さんに女子はいないにゃりんコロンブスの卵でにゃりんはあはあ背に腹は変えられぬ
What a load of weirdos. What a brazen bunch they are. The men, sweat now pouring from their brows, made a mad rush to the girls' room without any hesitation. And then, this is when they strike.
Me?
Oh no! What are they gonna do now? They thought it was empty, but there's a girl here. And of course, the first thing she says is the meep. There was a girl there. It was Rika-chan. The men stood there, frozen in various complicated poses, indicating their surprise. Rika-chan also seemed dumbfounded by the sudden turn of events. But the look on her face was strangely perfect. This was all part of the plan as well. You sly dog, Rika-chan. I never underestimated you.
これはでござるなまだ待て
Me.
男子便所がちょっとデンジャラスにゃのでちょっとおトイレをお借りしたかっただけなのにゃにゃ
God, this is too much. When they cry.
でもやっぱりいけないことでござるよなどうし諸君
Just by having a girl stand there in the restroom, I never knew it could put up such an overwhelming barrier. There was no way anybody could be brave enough to lift Rika-chan out of the way and try to do their business. This was the most they could do after all. If it were a man in full club mode, for example, someone like me, they would plow through okay, without a second thought. Now what are you going to do, you fat asses? The price for tormenting Shion still hasn't been paid.
お困りなら僕が助けてあげてもいいのです。
片 ござる。
Okay.
その方法は
Yeah, how would you do that?
お外のトイレを使えばいいのです。
Oh.
ご案内しますですよ。
それは助かるにゃりん。さあこのままじゃ集団って不根腕状態にゃりん。
Ew! What? Why? Why did they need to put those words there, dude? Oh my god. Rika-chan, with a pleasant smile on her face, guided them with a casual stride in her step. In this race against time, her slow pace was sadistic torture.
マドマーゼル、そのトイレはここから遠いでござるか？
すぐに着きますです。
Obeying Rika-chan's directions, they were about to leave the restaurant.
ケイチ君、締めだよ。
Oh snap, Keiichi! What's he gotta
ビシッ
do?
と言ってね。
Give him hell?
おうよ、任せておけ。
I spread my arms out and blocked them as they tried to leave the restaurant.
何の真似でござるか？このデフコン1の非常時に。
Okay, this guy's voice is actually hilarious.
悪人ども、この扉から一歩外へ出ることがどういうことになるか分かってるんだろうな。
Wait, what happens? Can you not come back?
それはどういう意味にゃ？
Oh, snap. This is checkmate.
途中退店無効って。
Not valid for re-entry.
どこのおトイレに行くのも自由でございますがね。その扉を一歩でも外へ出たなら二度と戻れませんのよ。
Boom.
覚えてろ。
Dang, that's thousands of dollars down the drain.
そんな怖いこと言う人たちを案内したくないのです。
Everybody panicked as Rika-chan began to turn back. They could only figuratively and literally fall in line. And now they're out. All the waitresses also lined up to see them off.
本日はご来店また
アイシャルリターン。
Clang, clang. The bell rang playfully as the door shut behind them.
すまないですわね。
Dang, easy clap. Taking care of those guys. Me and my friends used to play a lot of... Wait. Me and my friends used to play a lot of the map 5 on Black Ops. We refer to needing to go in levels of DEF CON as well. Really? Wait, 5? Is that the Pentagon map? Where you play as like JFK and Castro and stuff? That map was dope. That was so cool.
やったね。
We did it. Rena and Satoko clapped their hands together.
俺一人じゃ歯が立たねえ連中もメンバー総登場ならまさに一網打尽だな。
Yup, we got him out of here. With the
この程
swiftness.
度の相手なら私たちなら一人でもお相手できましたよ。ケイチさんも少しは腕をお磨きあそばせ。
I was loath to admit it, but Satoko was right. Damn it. One day I'll be strong enough to be worthy to stand alongside them.
でもみーちゃんの妹さんを守れて本当に良かったね。もうこれでいたずらする悪い人たちは一人もいなくなったよ。
素敵な友人に恵まれたわね、園崎さん。
The veteran waitress was also smiling. After the herd was sent packing, it had calmed down completely inside the restaurant. Shion was flustered as she glanced between us and the now empty seats.
私のために
Of course, but of course, Shion.
その
Shion's expression was somewhere between happy and guilt-ridden. Her face had turned slightly red as she ran into the kitchen.
わあ、しーちゃんもかわいい。双子なんだね。はう。
Given Shion's personality, there's no way she'd thank us directly. We might have been a bit excessive in our means, but I'm really glad we were able to save her.
分かってると思いますけど、 園崎さん、とても感謝してますよ。
Yep, yep. I bet she is. Oh god. To Mion's house for sword training.
私もホールを代表して感謝いたします。
Alright, job well done, guys. Clap it up. The applause quickly spread throughout the entire restaurant. Not only the other waitresses, but also the customers that were genuinely there to enjoy the desserts. Everyone was lauding our efforts. Lauding our efforts? I've learned a lot of new words today. Lauding. When we had mostly finished eating and were filling out the survey, Rika-chan made her return.
おお、お疲れ。守備は上々か？ずいぶん遅かったな。
ごめんなさいなのです。帰りに迷子になってしまって大変だったのです。
Wait, Jesus, how far away did you take them?
リカちゃんは変な道を通ることが多いからね。
Oh
よく迷子に
god.
なるんだよ。
Oh god. How did she get lost just guiding people to nearby toilets? Unless it wasn't a
人
nearby
間
toilet.
誰にも得て増えてがありましたよ。リカにはそんなの負けないような長所がたくさんありますわ。
それもそうだな。
So she's like got a 10 out of 10 in every area except for sense of direction.
さっきの女子トイレのあの表情、役者だったな。
Quite the thespian. Like these words, man. You're quite the thespian.
あの時の圭一はひどいのです。自分が彼らの立場だったら僕を突き飛ばして女子トイレに飛び込むとか考えていたのです。
How did she know? This is great.
また俺、考えが顔に出てたのか。
Man, just seeing the gang together, it's always a good time. How the heck does she know?
圭一くん。
あ、いや、そら。
Look, say it like, oh man, Keiichi, you're just digging yourself an even bigger grave. Alright. Angel Mort, just don't hit the same after the Keiichi scene in Go Sotsu. Yeah, oh yeah, I remember that scene. It was definitely a mind-blowing scene to experience. Then I took them to the swamp and chucked them in. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if they were found later in like body bags. I could laugh about it then, but a few days later, a newspaper headline. Oh, wait, hold on. A newspaper headline read 10 identified men were taken into custody in Hideyama. The men claimed they had traveled from Shishibone City by foot to find a toilet, but the spot they were taken into custody was X kilometers away from Shishibone. When I read that article, I realized how terrifying Rika-chan really was. Wait, why did they get arrested? Men claiming to have traveled from Shishibone to Hideyama. Why were they taken into custody though? Oh, you hold on. Okay. The men claim they traveled from Shishibone City by foot to find a toilet, but the spot they were taken into custody, maybe they were taken into custody because they're all like grown creepy men that have been kind of following or stalking this little girl. Well, thanks for treating me. Alright.
タンスのお片付けの途中だったのですよ。あのままではお布団が敷けないのです。 ああ、それもそうですわね。
Oops, looks like I called her at a bad time.
レナが電話した時はお部屋の片付け中だったんだよ。
It's getting a little cold.
でも駆けつけてくれたんだよね。まあ非常時だから仕方ありませんわ。それに甘いものをいっぱいいっぱい食べさせてもらいましたですから、とても喜んでいますよ。
They deserved every sweet.
今日はありがとな。急に呼び出しちゃって。
シオンによろしくとお伝えなのです。では失礼しますわ。レナさんはどうぞごゆっくり。そうするね。じゃあね。
So they left, but Rena stayed. Rika and Satoko, in a good mood, horsed around with each other as they left. Oh, and scene. Rena and Rika have the same expression, and it's cute as hell. Meanwhile, smug Satoko on the right. Exactly. It wouldn't be Satoko if it wasn't smug Satoko. Hello? Okay. Took long enough. Alright, while Rena and I were having a discussion about the dessert we just ate, Shion arrived with some coffee.
あら、ちっちゃい二人は帰っちゃいましたか？
Hearing them called the little ones was so strange, I inadvertently burst out laughing.
なんか片付けの途中だったとかで帰っちゃったよ。
Shion had brought enough coffee for 4 people.
先輩に話を聞きました。なんだか私のためにいろいろご迷惑をかけてしまったみたいで。
Yep.
全然迷惑じゃないよ。他ならぬしーちゃんのピンチだしね。あ、いいよね、しーちゃんで。
Shi-chan, Mi-chan, and
みーちゃんとお揃い
Shi-chan.
で可愛いかな
Yep.
って。
あ、まあどうぞご自由に。
Shion seemed a bit hesitant when Rena started talking to her. Rena is pretty sharp about some things, so Shion was probably worried that Rena would find out she was Mion after talking like this. Shion said she'd have work soon and hurried off back into the kitchen, leaving behind coffee for just the two of us.
レナにそっけなかった。慣れ慣れしい子だと思われちゃったかな。
Oh, I kind of picked up on that too. Maybe she thought because she saw Rena here with Keiichi that maybe, you know, Keiichi had feelings for Rena, or maybe they have some sort of history. She didn't really have a good idea of what Keiichi's connection to Rena was. So maybe that's why she felt kind of odd there.
照れてるだけ
And
だ
the
よ。
fact that Rena was able to pick up on that is so huge. Meanwhile, Keiichi, she's just embarrassed. This bonehead.
でも本当にそっくりだね。双子ってよりももう一人のみーちゃんみたいな感じ。
外見は似てるけど、雰囲気っていうか、中身は全然違うだろ。
What? What a weird way of wording it. Their insides are completely different.
そういう双子も面白いと思うけどな。
ケイチくんはそう思う？中身もそっくりだと思うよ。
Ooh. She's giving him another hint. It somehow became silent. Rena was just staring at the pattern like milk. Whoa. The pattern the milk made on the surface of her coffee without saying a word. For somebody like me who could never stop talking, it was a rather uncomfortable moment. Rena's off-put mannerisms seemed to imply I said something I shouldn't have. The unpleasantness carried on for a little while.
レナさ、今日言ってたろ。ミオンが傷つけられたなんて話。
そんな話したかな。
だからとぼけるなよ。
Don't play dumb with me.
確かに言ったよ。 今日の学校からの帰り道で。
And Anna answered by laughing while continuing to play dumb, questioning if she said that. As thick-headed as I was, I had a faint realization. Anna wanted to say that I was the one who hurt Mio. But when? He's finally getting it! It's finally clicking! Finally, after who knows how long. He's finally making the connection. Me?
もし仮にそういうことがあったとしても、それは俺には悪意はなかったんだよ。
I continued the conversation but left out the assumption that I had hurt Mio.
うん。きっとそうだと思う。ケイチ君に悪気はなかったと思うな。
And there we go. But Anna replied, also leaving out the assumption that I had hurt Mio. But that confirmed it. I don't know how it happened, but it seemed that I had hurt Mio. And Anna was upset with me due to the fact I hadn't realized it.
誤解しないでほしいんだけど、別にレナは怒ってるわけじゃないよ。
Seeing right through what I was thinking, Anna said that as she smiled, even more gently than usual.
ただなんていうのかな。難しいなって。
俺に落ち度があるなら、はっきりそうだと言ってくれないか。俺は自分でも呆れるほど鈍感なんだ。謝るべきことがあるなら、少しでも早くそれに気づいて謝罪したいと思ってる。
別にケイチ君に落ち度なんかなかったと思うよ。
Just a misunderstanding, which is the moral of the story. When it comes to Higurashi, it's just a massive series of misunderstandings.
考えようによっては、ずるいのはみーちゃんの方なのかもしれないし。
That is one way to look at it. But I don't think it's her fault. To feel the way she's
ずるいのが
feeling.
女の子だって居直るのも、またずるい気がするし。
What Anna said was draped in mystery. Unfortunately, I had no idea what she meant. The only thing I got out of it was that I had said or done something to inadvertently hurt Mio.
頼むよ、レナ。ミオは俺の最高の仲間の一人だ。遺恨を残してなんか付き合いたくない。だから教えてくれよ。俺は何を傷つけてしまったんだ？
Oh, is she gonna spill the beans? Or keep him guessing?
ダメだよ。
There we go.
こういうのは自分で気づかなきゃ。
That's true. You need to take some time, do some self-reflection, just like Yoke. You need to do some self-reflection and find out where you went wrong. Nana was smiling like she always did, but spoke bluntly. The fact that she had this strength of will surprised me for a moment.
それに気づけないからこうして頼んでるんだろ。
My tone had unintentionally become harsh. Nana was also surprised for a moment, but quickly returned to her flat demeanor.
じゃあヒントだけならいいかな。特別なんだよ。
すまん。頼む。ちゃんと考えるから。
But Anna looked around the restaurant searching for Shion. Shion was working enthusiastically but without confidence as usual.
しーちゃん、髪の毛を上げて結んだらみーちゃんと見分けつかなくなるんだろうね。
うん、そうだな。
じゃあさ、みーちゃんが髪をほどいたらやっぱりしーちゃんと見分けがつかなくなるのかな。
Interesting.
多分な。
So she is kind of painting the picture for him, basically. I think, okay, let me read this again, just to make sure. Let's see, Shi-chan, if she ties her hair up, is impossible to tell apart from Mi-chan, right? Basically hinting, I think this is her hinting at the fact that they like look very similar. And then right here, so if Mi-chan let her hair down, would she be impossible to tell apart from Shi-chan? I think this is her implying that they both physically look very similar. And then I think down here, this is her hinting at the fact that Personality-wise, they're both similar. Maybe. Let's see.
でも、それとこれと何の関係があるんだよ。
Let's see where she takes this.
もしもだよ。双子の妹なんて話は嘘で、あれは妹のふりをしてるみーちゃんだったら。どう
Whoa!
思う？
What if that... Whoa. What if that her being the younger twin was a lie? That she was just Mi-chan pretending to be her sister? What would you think? Rena was sharper than her daily behavior belied. I was hesitant in verbally affirming that, but it was the right answer.
質問に質問で返すようで悪いけどさ、レナの言う通り、ミオンがシオンのふりをしていたとして、それは何のためだよ。
After maintaining the silence for a while, Rena glanced at the clock.
そこを考えてほしいな。
That's part of your self-reflection. That's your homework.
ヒントにしては多すぎかも。
Oh, I promise you it was not, because Keiichi still does not know what to do with this information. I assure you. After thanking me for the dessert, Anna stood up from her seat.
ごめんね。頼まれてるお買い物があるからそろそろ帰るね。しーちゃんには挨拶もせずに先に帰っちゃってごめんって伝えておいてもらえるかな。
ああ、伝えておく。
ごめんね。
え？
レナって怒りんぼなの。怒ってごめんね。
Whoa. Really? When was she angry? She never really came off to me as angry. The most I got from her is like her kind of insinuating, oh, you messed up and you better fix this, but I never really got angry vibes from her.
ケイチ君だけが悪いわけでもないのに。
Lana was harsh in her apology, but I was the only one who really should have apologized.
みーちゃんだってもうそんなに気にしてないことだと思うの。だからなかったことにして忘れちゃってもいいと思うんだけど。でもね、同じ女の子としてはケイチ君に自分で気づいて自分で謝りに来てほしいなって夢を見ちゃうの。
I feel like there's multiple layers to this. I feel like there's a lot of layers to this. Then is having an existential crisis, realizing from Keiichi being dumb that he's definitely a VNMC and she's definitely in it. She was able to transcend just like Monica. You know he won't. Keiichi's a lost cause, man.
Huh?
Like, even knowing the Keiichi from, like, Go, that, like, I mean, I guess these are different timelines and they're all kind of looping through the same age, but Keiichi is just as dense right now as I feel he was in Go and in Sotsu. I think Arena's just worried about the state of the friend group. This kind of stuff can easily crumble the close circles. She's frustrated as hell about both Mion and Keiichi not being honest. That's true. For Keiichi's sake, this will take another 2 seasons, exactly. But yeah, I think that's actually key. I think that's the, like, big problem that's going on here. But what's interesting is I think, like, Arena's feelings maybe towards Keiichi might be getting mixed in this as well. Because I think she clearly likes Keiichi, but I think she's the kind of person where she's able to recognize that Mion likes Keiichi and she doesn't want to get between them because, like you said, it might endanger their friend circle. But at the same time, doesn't want to hurt either of their feelings. She's being much more stern than usual, which to her might look like she's angry. However, we know what she's actually like when mad. Yeah. So I think... Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel she's definitely been more stern lately. But I haven't seen, like, raw anger. I guess that's just her way of, I guess, seriously expressing how she feels. Without coming off as, like, mad at the other person. And even then, she still apologized. Switching to cute mode only at the end, she disappeared in the direction of the register. While I was staring into space, somebody suddenly tapped me on the shoulder. Alright, I don't know how much time is left, but I feel like this is a relatively long chapter, so I think I'm going to save here and jump into the meme review, because we still have that to check out. But I think I'm going to pause right here. We've gotten through quite a lot. So let's just add this here. Alright, and then we can move over to here. Okay, now we can turn on the jams. And now we can start pulling up some of these memes. Personally, scenes like this are why I love Anna. If I recall correctly, there's still quite a bit left, so here's a good spot. Okay, perfect. Because I knew, like, how do I explain it? I felt like, normally whenever I stream, I like to encapture one whole chapter. But this chapter felt a bit longer than the others. Like, a bit longer than usual. Because I feel like this is the part where he's going to talk with Shion, and then they're probably going to go on that walk together past the doll thing. I feel like that might be coming up soon. Past the game shop. Alright, looks like we have quite a few memes lined up for today. Oh my god, this one, oh man, this one hit different. Holy crap. Oh my god. Alright, I believe that's it. What is this? Okay. Alright, looks like we've got them all. Not too many today. We have about 6 memes. 6 nice memes. Not too many memes compared to normal. There's been more arguing in the community this week than memeing. Oh yeah, I could already tell, because I personally feel like I loved the ending, but I could clearly see from the comments that a lot of people were unhappy with the ending. So I'm sure there's a lot going on. And there were so many people talking about how there was most likely going to be another season after this one, because of how much they felt was left to be, I guess, answered. I'm not entirely sure. But so the fact that they like ended right here on episode 15, I'm sure a lot of people weren't happy. And I also saw people talking about how it was rushed. So I guess we'll see. But let me go over to big video. Boom. So here we have our first meme. Now, I don't remember this guy's name exactly, but I know he's with the, what were they called? The Mountain Dogs? He was with them, right? And it's almost a spitting image. They both have the super sharp chin and jawline. Like, it's a spinning image. I wonder if it was intentional. And then next, we have this one. I want to stay. I want to go. Fuck, man, why don't you just both do what you want? And that solved everything. That car ride just solved like years and timelines of pain and suffering and misunderstanding. They were able to resolve everything in a car ride. Oh my god. Okonogi, is that his name? Okay. Alright, next. Oh, this is the one. This is the one that hit deep, man. I remember this scene from Toy Story. And, like, we have Rika walking away. And then we have Andy saying, "So long, partner." What movie was this from? I know it was from Toy Story, but like which one? Because I don't remember if this was like when Andy went off to college, or I'm not sure. Is this after the toys were given to the little girl and then Andy walked away? And he was like, so long, partner. That part hit me deep. See, this is how I felt when I originally finished the visual novel like years ago. So this is the second goodbye I felt for Rika. Toy Story 3, that's what I thought. I think this is it. Because, I don't know, when I see this like white picket fence, it reminds me of that scene where Andy gave the toys to the girls and he like introduced each of them to her. Man, this is a good meme. This is a good meme. It definitely fits the situation. Then here, barges in, gives Satoko looper powers, throws furniture at Hanyu, becomes a small child, refuses to elaborate, and leaves. That's the I love this one right here. Refuses to elaborate. Like, she doesn't explain any of the motives or anything behind anything that she's done. She just vanishes. Like, oh my god. And then we have Ayua in her Chad form. God. And then here, Master, forgive me, but I'll have to go all out just this once. Dang, we have Satoko over here. Oh, this is right after she like sliced her throat, right? Because I remember the shard was invisible at first. Interesting. Redemption arc for the villain. Everyone's bored. Corruption arc for the protagonist, and everyone's going crazy. Man. Is this, So I'm not sure. What is this referring to? Is this referring to the ending of Go? Or is this... I don't know. The redemption arc for the villain. That was like near the end of Go, right? When they went into Takano's backstory. And then the corruption arc for the protagonist. I'm not sure. I think just the characters in general. Okay. Yeah, when... I feel like Takano's backstory was a bit sad, but I feel like Teppei's was like 10 out of 10. One of the best redemptions ever. He went from abusing this little girl to throwing himself in the face of danger, 1v5ing like a bunch of different thugs, even though he lost. And like wearing a cooking apron and prepping a meal for Satoko. Like, that's quite an upgrade. That is a massive upgrade. People weren't willing to forgive Takano, but freaked out when they saw Rika being slightly evil. I mean, I wasn't there, so I can't really say how I would feel. But I think I would actually like that. Because one thing that I love about anime is like seeing characters do things that you wouldn't expect, or behave in a way that you wouldn't expect. Like, I'm sure Rika was always seen as this, like, you know, kind of cutesy character, and then when we get into the looping, everyone's like cheering for Rika, they see her as the hero. But then when you start to see the signs of corruption, I think that just adds another layer of depth to her character. I can't personally see why so many people might not be happy with it. I think it's awesome. Alright, but it looks like that is the final meme for the day. Today was a good stream, man. I had a lot of fun with the whole Angel Mort situation and all of the dirty, degenerate otakus and their antics, their stupid ways of speaking. Like, I genuinely worry that there are people out there in the world that, like, if I were to meet them for the first time and say, like, yeah, you know, I'm pretty into anime, like, I've grown up with it, then they'd imagine, like, oh man, this guy behind closed doors, he probably, like, doesn't shower, he probably, like, has a ton of, oh god, a ton of figurines. Okay, hold on a second. Wait. you know what? I think it's good to end it there. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate the memes as always, Neko. Thank you so much for submitting those to the stream. And I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you were here from the beginning, I appreciate the heck out of every single one of you guys. Whether you were here from the start, from the end, or somewhere in the middle, thanks a lot for stopping by. And I will catch you all next Friday in next week's stream. So, let me see. Alright, take care, guys.